This version of you is not the real you. And deep down in your soul, you know that to be true. You know that you've been playing a performer for a huge portion of your life. And the question is, what pain has caused you to play this performer? I know for me, the pain was wanting to prove myself worthy, wanting to show, sorry, show my old bullies that I've had, show my parents that I am worthy. That pain has caused me to head into a protectionist state. The soul does this autonomously. It takes a pain, either fragments the pain, distorts it, warps it, or suppresses it. And for me, it was a suppressed pain. And it surfaced itself into the ego as somebody who had to be strong and tough and show no emotion, achieve, be a winner, when in reality, the soul, my soul, your soul, which is a representation of a child, was badly hurt. And that child didn't want to perform anymore. He was begging to stop. Stop doing what you're doing. We aim to perform because it is the way that we feel we can heal. We can heal this misery by outcome. And we do this because that's the ideas we're told. Those are the ideas. You can feel this pressure. You can feel the pressure that you have to. And it's still okay to want to achieve things. It's not a bad thing. Of course not. But when it is purely an ego endeavor from the foundation of protectionism of the self, then you are heading in a direction that you might find empty. You'll feel empty. And that emptiness is the fragmentation, a split between the ego and the soul. Your soul doesn't want part in this anymore. But your ego says, push forward. We have to move. We have to go now. But sooner or later, you'll be tired. You'll be tired. And then you get stuck in a place of identity loss. When you drop it, when you drop the performer, all of a sudden, well, what am I supposed to be now? Who am I supposed to be? I've been this one person my whole life. I don't know how to change it. That confusion is unbearable. It's miserable. It's miserable. However, there's a way out. The way out, at first, is to embrace that confusion. Allow yourself to be in that. Don't try to fix it. The irony is we aim to fix with tools that have oftentimes put us in the same circumstance. You have a tool built internally that can help you fix, but it's allowing it to do what it needs to do. When we try to control and suppress and warp and change words and change titles, that is the tool of the ego. That is the danger of the ego. It can distort a story, change its interpretation, maybe convince you for a little while, but it's still in misalignment. When you allow raw emotion to kick in, you let it play, and it feels scary and it feels uncomfortable. Recall a time in your life when you've done that. Has it not felt freeing after? When you've allowed yourself to have a strong cry? And if you have to do it in private, do it in private. That's fine. I do it in private if I can. I really do. It's hard to do it in public. Of course it is. But the point of it is, if you allow yourself to feel, the inward mechanism will operate. It will go through its cleaning process. And you will come out almost as if you can breathe again, that you haven't breathed fresh air, that you haven't seen colors as rich as you have now. Because there was perspective that you gained. You gave attention to the soul, to the wounded child, instead of neglecting, pushing away, telling it to keep quiet. We have big things to do here. The irony oftentimes is the outward expression of the ego is the treatment of the inward child. You see other people, let's say, express emotion of love and empathy, and it bothers you, disgusts you. Maybe perhaps when you were growing up, that wasn't around as often. You didn't feel much verbal love. Maybe you had some affection, physical affection every once in a while. Maybe they did your parents I'm speaking about, did particular chores for you, and you felt cared for in that way. You felt cared for in the external, but the internal was almost left. And that pain, that uncomfortable pain has been suppressed and pushed aside. And then the exterior of toughness comes in. And when you see other people experience these emotions, you feel that disgust. Oftentimes, that is the treatment that you inwardly project to the child. And we push that child away. It is really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But by allowing yourself to experience, by also allowing yourself an opportunity to drop the performer, the act, drop who you're supposed to be, drop who you're expected to be. Let all that go temporarily. Put it down to see if you want to pick it back up again. We never even put it down. Put it down, experience what it's like without it, see if that's really what you want. I can almost assure you, if it is not aligned with the soul and the ego, that thing that you put down that you felt would heal you, it could be a job, it could be money, it could be relationships, it could be anything. When you put it down and you allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to integrate, see if you want to pick it back up. If it was in the wrong direction, you will never pick it up again. Or perhaps you'll put it down and gain appreciation for aspects of it that you wish to take. And maybe now you have a cleaner interpretation of what this actually is, and not the warped one that it was before. At the end of the day, integration of these two worlds is what you need to feel balanced. You need to integrate the ego, integrate the soul. When you gain perspective of these two environments, you will feel wholeness, a completion to you. Once you feel that completion, all of a sudden, you start to understand who you are. It will come and go. It will come and go. But you've touched it, you have felt it, and you know it. And you can take that and you can now you can aim it at something. And where you want to aim it to is completely up to you. And now it feels effortless. The work feels effortless. The failures or problems or challenges now, obstacles, puzzles for you to solve. Something that you feel you can handle. And of course, once you integrate, doesn't mean you can't fragment again. Of course you can. But when you understand how, when you understand that releasing the trying portion of the internal and allow it to work, then the healing would be quicker and faster. Your confidence will skyrocket. Genuine confidence. Genuine confidence. So take this. Take it. Allow yourself to be so that you can finally be what you really are and express what you've been wanting to express your entire life.